There's Jason right there.
I
Looks like
see
it's
a
Jaws
room.
Buster. Hey, Jason.
Hey, brother.
Hey, Jason. You sounded great with him, by the way, man. You truly did. You sounded awesome with him, man. So what was your preparation before Christman came to Alabama?
Pretty much just had to make sure I was just ready, like physically ready and vocally ready, and getting with John and going over the songs is the only really way to make sure you're ready, because that way you know how he's playing it and what tuning he's going to be in. But you're basically just following the man playing guitar. Really.
Yeah, I said, forget everything you've ever learned, and here we go. We're starting over now.
Yeah. John, your voice is light, John. We're losing your voice.
You're losing my voice.
Yeah, Jason, do you hear that? His voice got a little lower.
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, his voice dropped a little bit.
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, Jason, you sounded great, man. And I just want to say, when I watch the videos and watching you sing "Twist the Cane," and now I have one question. What's the deal with what's the boxer look? You have the hood over your head.
I was trying not to take away from it was John's show, and I don't want to try and he told me just to not worry about all that stuff. But at the beginning, I just wanted to kind of there's no way for me to hide because I'm 6'4", so it's a little bit easier for me to put something over my head and kind of duck down low a little bit. But I didn't want to take away from John's show because it is John's show, so that's basically why I did that.
Just say.
A little bit of audio issue there.
You did a great job. We had a lot of fun. Now, here's the other thing. It was Jason had a little bit rougher because not only did he have to sing and deal with me, he also had to drive all day, every day. So normal tours, right? You drive at night after the gig. You're all pumped up. Everybody's got the adrenaline. You drive to the next city. You check in the middle of the night. You get up in the afternoon. You get something to eat, do a sound check, go have dinner, and come back and do a gig. No, we got up in the morning, drove all day, got to a town. They had a couple hours before going to the gig. You take a shower. They go down to the gig. They treated me like the diva. Oh, you go get to relax, JC. You know, I was like, oh yes, here's my favorite part of the tour. Something I'd never ever heard before, and I would like to hear again. The promoter goes, make sure John gets first pick of the bedroom.
Hey, John, we're still having some technical difficulties with your audio a little bit.
Of course you are. It's Instagram, right?
Yeah, well, hey, Jason, June 12th, we're going to do a live interview on YouTube, on our buddy's YouTube channel, Have Cheetah Will View, with Jerry Montano, actually. So that's going to be much better than this Instagram session here.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah. And by the way, that video that John's talking about with Jeff Frooms watching that live footage, I watched that live because I live in Turkey. So I'm 8 hours ahead. So when I woke up and started preparing my breakfast, Frooms was watching your live video. And I was watching that live with him. It was great.
Oh, that's cool. I think that was the third show we played. Let's see, that was I can't remember where his damn shows are at now. Yeah, that was all three of those shows were fun shows to play. I'm glad you guys had fun watching it. It was kind of unreal playing the shows themselves, but yeah, I'm glad you guys got a kick out of it. Hopefully there'll be more coming.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, you know, would you be willing to travel with the guy across the country or what?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you're a fireman. You save people's lives. You know, you could travel the country, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
Wow. And so now, okay, so what songs was difficult for you to sing while John tries to come back?
Nothing. I really don't know have an issue with any of the songs that we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, John.
How's it? Is this better?
Much better. Holy shit, night and day difference, man.
All right. Certified Marshall headphones, just like the amplifiers.
Yeah. So, Jason, here's my question for you. If John becomes the centerfold to the next Playgirl magazine, would you buy it?
Of course.
I'm glad somebody thinks it's funny. Come on now.
Hey, fan sent me this the other day.
Can't really.
Pretty neat.
Oh yeah, very nice.
But on the back of it,
What does that say?
Glenn
What's that
don't like
spell?
Glenn don't like it.
Glenn don't like it. Okay, so there was a T-shirt back in '92 that said "God don't like it," and that was the name of the Lucifuge tour. For anybody who doesn't know how that correlates. So we had T-shirts. We had T-shirts that had like this old image that you see on votive candles sometimes with, there's a picture of Jesus Christ and a kind of bleeding heart and all these lines. It's usually on a white background, right? So he put that on a T-shirt, probably some upside down crosses and stuff on it. And on the back, it said, you know, U.S. tour, whatever year it was, and God don't like it. And then there were some crew shirts that they just said Danzig on one side, God don't like it on the other side.
Wow.
It was considered the Jesus bleeding light shirt.
Awesome.
That's
awesome.
what they.
Well,
I didn't know the shirt had a name. Jesus bleeding light shirt. Okay. Well, there you go.
here's a question, John. Has John spoken to Chuck Biscuits in recent years?
Chuck Biscuits. No, I know of only one person who's actually spoken to Chuck Biscuits. And I know that he is alive and well somewhere on the West Coast. The last I heard, he was in California, but I cannot confirm nor deny that one. So I always wish the best for Chuck. I was really happy when he started playing with Mike Ness, back
Social
in '95.
Distortion.
Social Distortion, yeah. And here's a funny story. Mike Ness and I dated the same girl, not at the same time. He was already in jail. Sorry, Mike, I didn't move in until after you're already in the clink, you know what I'm saying? But anyway.
That's funny.
And then while I was dating her, she showed pictures of me, not of me, she showed pictures to me from a Misfits show. So I guess she partied with the Misfits a few years earlier than that, which I didn't know until later, but So we're all genetically, rock and rollers, we're all genetically related somehow now.
Huh. Well, I mean, you guys got a lot of history. The New Jersey East Coast guys.
This guy's last name confirms it, right? Virus.
Hey, Jason, here's a question for you. Pike pole or New York hook?
Pike pole.
Okay. Shout out to John and Jason. Matt here from Saints of Christ gig. Good to see you guys. Good
No
to see
way.
you guys.
You can't just ask a question like that and answer it with no context to the non-firemen in the room. I mean, you call yourself a host? What is the matter with you?
All right.
Thanks, John. You put me in my place. Go ahead.
It is. I think a lot of people need to know exactly where you are. You are representing us in the country of Turkey right now, right? And Turkey is in a lot of turmoil. They got a jerk off for a president over there. It's trying to stop another election from going through. Yeah. So, you don't want that to happen. Otherwise, people are going to start disappearing off the streets.
And that's tomorrow.
So that's tomorrow.
The election's tomorrow.
So,
yeah.
You guys can give James a lot of empathy and sympathy, but I'm only here to give him abuse.
I'll take it. All right, Jason, explain your pike pole. Go ahead, Jason. John's right.
Just long poles we use to pull down the ceilings and the roof inside the in the structure. We're doing we're looking for external fire, anything after fires out. We put the pole with a hook on the end into the ceiling, and we pull all the sheetrock down or plaster, anything that needs to come down, so we can see into the room above us.
See,
Wow.
so somebody's got to do it, all right, and it might as well be me. The only pole I'm familiar with is the stripper pole. There, I see.
Now, Jason, what was it like traveling with John in the car from state to state for hours? Did he crack you up the whole time?
Don't answer that question. Do not answer that question. Next question.
I'm gonna tell you, it was a highlight of my day. It was actually better than the damn shows. He's very knowledgeable. John's very smart, and he's gentle with music. We were listening to a lot of instrumental stuff on the way around. We were driving around, and he would explain things I've never heard before. He would kind of let me. I'll be listening to a song that I've heard for 20 years, 20 plus years, 30 years, and he would explain to me. Now I'm listening to it for the first time because I'm listening for different things. And I think that's the background that comes out, and just his appreciation for the actual songs. It was pretty interesting to see things in certain songs, and I say see, you're listening to everything, but I'm seeing things in songs I haven't noticed before, and that's nice long 4-hour drives here or there, and I was able to listen to music a little differently than I usually listen to music.
And
wow. Well, go ahead, John.
James, and that's his nice way of saying he kept me awake through the slow parts in the drive.
That's
I kept him from nodding out. Okay.
Well, listen, I would like to do a shout out to the chat and anyone's watching. If you guys have a question for Jason or John, please send the invite. Go live with us. Jason was the singer of Snakes of Christ. Now, Jason, you made the banner, right?
Hang on. Let's.
Go ahead, John.
I want Jason. Here's what you could do for me. You could do shout outs to all the Snakes of Christ guys and Chad and all them, and just give me any updates on what they're doing. Now I know bass player will be at Days of the Dead, so if you could give us a little background, that'd be great.
You want background of the guys?
Well, I mean, who are they? What are they doing? Have you talked to any of them? How's Chad? How's his wife? The kids? Blah blah blah. Richard. And the bass player. I gotta love this. He has the greatest porno name ever. It's Richard Hammer.
Dick, we call him the Dick Hammer.
I'm not gonna say that, but you can say that.
They're all doing well. They kind of work back into their life, trying to get things situated with themselves. My music's on hold right now. I'm going through some legal stuff with my dogs right now, which is the strangest thing in the world to have to say.
I hate it when your dogs sue you.
We had one of my neighbors.
Hey, you can really say there's one. Literally, that's one ungrateful bitch right there.
Yeah. So
go ahead, Jason.
But the other guys are back doing what they were doing beforehand.
All right.
No, I know Richard has some medical issues he was dealing with, but he's doing great right now. So
good.
Send their well wishes to him. Drummer's doing the same. Everybody just kind of moved back into their normal routines. Same thing with Chad too. Chad's normal routine.
Do you know any of the names of the groups that those guys played with?
I don't believe they're active.
It doesn't matter. Just make something up for the people. Come on. I'm trying to throw you content here. Pick it up.
Let me try and look them up and figure out what they've got going on, and I'll get back to you in a second.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Hey, Jason, my buddy Jesse wants to go live. He's going to ask John a question, so I'm going to let him in.
So while Jason Googles his friends, we'll put the next guy on.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Go ahead, Jason.
Thank John for all these new Danzig shows, because if it wasn't for John coming out of the woodworks and starting to do his own thing, Glenn wouldn't be doing these new shows that are coming up.
Yeah.
Because his crew is asking me all sorts of questions. Is John about to do these mass shows and stuff? What's going on? Glenn's got us getting prepared to do tours and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, John's going to do what he wants to do. So, I mean, that's his own thing. And so then all of a sudden Glenn starts pushing out all these shows. So y'all know, all the Danzig fans do the shows, and he did thank John, because John's the one that, just the thought and fear of John out there doing his own thing. Glenn wasn't touring anymore. He didn't want to do any more of this stuff. So.
I really agree. Go ahead, John.
I hope for the fans' sake, that well, I'm not even going to say it. I'm happy for the fans that he's going out and he's playing. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
absolutely.
People, I get emails all the time. Are you going out with them? When did you talk to him last? And this and that. And I'm like, well, I don't hear from him. I hear from his attorneys, but I never hear from him. So my contact, I even told his attorneys last time, hey, he can call me. Here's my phone number. I'd be happy to talk to him anytime. And I get crickets. Cricket, 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 cricket. But I think,
well, maybe.
I think it's a great idea. I know he went out and he did like a Lucifuge tour, and that went over pretty well. And
sure did.
And I think I saw some good reviews for his Elvis thing, so that's cool, because back in the day, he always loved Elvis. He loved Roy Orbison. He loved Willie Dixon, Howlin' Wolf, those guys. And it's cool to see him going out and doing it. And plus, that means he's got a higher band. So I'm all for musicians getting a paying gig. It may not pay much, but at least it's a paying gig.
Sure.
See, that was multiple
Absolutely.
levels. You have to read between the lines there, follow kind of what's going on in there to really appreciate that last bit.
Brother John, I'll hire at you later, man. I'll give you a call later on.
Hey, Jason, go save a life.
All right, brother. I love you, man. You be careful.
All right.
Hey, nice to meet you, Jason. Nice to meet you, buddy.
Be careful when you're handling that pole. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So take care, Jason. Have a good one, buddy.
Buddy.